guys? Welcome back to Channel 4! Another reaction. We're going back and taking another look at President. Ladies and gentlemen, he just released a newly released single, and I'm super excited to check this one out for you guys because this band has just been an amazing ride to watch and listen to because they just came out of nowhere, out of the blue with this new, modern, punchy metal sound that I feel like no one's doing, mixing modern metal heavy tones with like the more poppy, more punky style, you know, verses and beats and like stuff like that, but they just do it in a different way that actually hooks me, it actually grips me, and just every single song from since they released their first song, just I don't know, man, I've just been such a big fan of these guys. Just I don't know what it is, man. I just like their whole image, their whole like creepy, like purgy-esque sort of, you know, vibe that they got, you know, mysterious, kind of creepy and unsettling in like a weird way, but just I don't know, it just grips me in more and more every single time, and just the music alone just like makes me want to come back and check these guys out, man, especially on the vocal side of things. My man here, Mr. President himself, has such an amazing, angelic, you know, catchy voice to him, but also can get down and dirty with those screams. They just know what they're doing, and I just can't wait to see what this band has in store in the near future. But I do believe that they announced a full album release. Like, I don't know if that's true or not, but I think they just announced their fully fledged new released album like so soon, because I saw like an article or something not too long ago saying he was only about like, you know, 2 new songs in, like he was still writing all these new songs for the album. I knew we were gonna get one, but I didn't think it was gonna be this soon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know if they just announced it, but they're still working on it, sort of thing. So I know we probably won't get it till maybe like the fall season or so, but that's still such a short time frame, you know, especially if he's still writing, you know, all these new songs. Considering that they don't have like a lot of time, you know, because they were just earlier this year, they were on the Bad Omens tour that I just got unfortunately lucky enough to go see them on that, which was an amazing show. I mainly wanted to go see it for them. So when they just definitely delivered, these guys are definitely showmen, especially the front man here, you know, he definitely, you know, has that darkness and creepy mysterious to him. He doesn't speak at all, he just sings the songs, but the crowd is just like mesmerized in his presence. It's just an amazing show to see. If you guys get the chance to see these guys, you definitely won't be disappointed. But then shortly after that, they flew back over to the UK to do a mini UK tour as well. I don't know if they're still doing that. I don't know if they're, you know, in the process of wrapping that up. But then in the midst of all that, they announced a full-fledged US tour again after that. So these guys are insane, man. Their timing, their scheduling is ridiculous. I don't know how they have time to even write new music, especially being touring like 3 times. 3 tours in a year, man. That's just nuts to me. That is insane. I don't know a single band that has done that, like, in the lifetime of music has been a thing, because like 3 tours in 1 year is nuts, man. I know some bands maybe do like 2 or 1 if that, but like 3 tours back to back to back, that's just insane. Like, I would be so tired after, you know, traveling nonstop, plus performing night after night, plus recording a full-fledged album. It's nuts. It's definitely nuts in a way. But I'm super excited to check out this new one, ladies and gentlemen. I wasn't really a fan of the most recent one that they released, you know, about a month or 2 ago or so. Like, I don't know, it wasn't really my vibe. It wasn't really what I was, you know, expecting to hear from these guys. It was a lot more, you know, on the subtle sort of things. It still had like the groovy riffs, you know, don't get me wrong, but it was just like, it felt like the whole mix felt like a little bit off to me. Like, it was kind of like muted in a way. So it didn't really hit me as much as like the more heavier, the more, you know, other ones that they've, you know, released out previously. But hopefully this one is a banger. Hopefully we get, you know, some more, you know, Destroy Me vibes. Hopefully we get some more Fearless vibes, you know, 2 of my favorite songs from these guys. So hopefully we get some more of that type of energy. But they got Doom in the name, so are we gonna go for some doomy route? Are we gonna get some like doomy style sort of breakdowns in here? Because it's gonna be kind of off-putting if you have like Doom in the name, and it's not gonna be heavy. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we get a heavy one from these guys. But before we get started, be sure to guys, I appreciate it, and to really help me out, and if you like President just as much as I do, be sure to like on this video as well. If you're new here, thank you for stopping by, checking out some awesome videos. We're just getting started on these heavy bangers, ladies and gentlemen. And also very quickly, I want to make a very quick announcement. Recently, over on my channel, I just released my very first original track over on my channel. It's been a long time coming for me to put this one together for you guys, especially on the video side of things, so be sure to go over there, check it out. If you're a fan of the more hardcore hit and metalcore side of things with deep sounding breakdowns, you'll definitely be a fan of this one, let me just say. And if you do like that one, there's going to be plenty more coming your way in the near future, so stay tuned for that as well. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. This is President's newest release track, titled Doom Loop.
There is no satisfactory explanation of time. Why? Because it doesn't
Go,
really
boys!
exist. The tragedy of time is that we
Bring
only
me in.
understand its value after it's
Show me where the campaign's headed.
I can do what we're seeing out the memories. I find it hard to breathe when I'm not in your arms.
Little side punky Sid.
Like butterflies. Can't control where we go in the
You like the electronic.
Guess I'm curious to find out where I belong. I hope it's just you and I.
Very different sounding so far.
Takes me home. I still guess the truth. I see
Electronic vocals.
shame it's not enough for me.
Got raspiness, man. Voice. It's like Genty in a way. Okay. I'm on the electronic sort of thing, no, but see where we're headed. I kind of like that lead synth though. He's getting really up there though. Really choppy on the rhythm there. Let's go, boys! Reel me in! Show me where the campaign's headed! I'll make you my president any day! Let's get it! There it is! Let it out, Mr. President! Ooh.
Shame it's not enough.
Little dirty field section! Oh man, drum man! He's showing off at this point! Okay, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, another different one from President. See, you never know what they're gonna do. You never know what the next track's gonna sound like. You never know, what new sound they're gonna do, what new twist they're gonna do on a new track. So they could do anything at this point. But this one's very more electronic focused. It's a lot more like the more EDM sort of the style of the band. Because they do like to do their synths. They do like to do their synth leads on their and distorting the vocals in a way that sounds like electronic in a way, I guess. But this one's very more subtle than what I was hoping, what I was expecting from these guys. We didn't really get sort of like a breakdown. We kind of got like a little rock down section in the mid half there, but nothing really too heavy, nothing really too shocking in a way. But it's very different, very different. At the beginning, I thought we were gonna get like some sort of in the name of the father-esque sort of feel, especially like on the the start of the track was like the slow trembling, rising synth with like the, the monologue at the start of the track. I thought we were gonna get some sort of something like that in a way, which definitely would have made me excited for that one. But I don't know. This one is just very, like, I wouldn't say it's bad, but it's just, I wouldn't say it's like it's hitting for me in the right way. You know what I'm saying? Because I like their heavier side. I like their more catchier side, more modern metalcore kind of side of them. Like, this one's a lot more on the EDM electronic side, I feel. The chorus is like, it's catchy in a way, but it's very weird, especially on like the guitar playing sort of things. It sounds genty, it sounds like, choppy in a way. It's like, it's very upbeat, it getting pretty high up there on the vocal sort of things, but like, I don't know if it flows too well in my opinion. It's kind of hard to tell what the guy was saying as well, especially being like, that high. But either way, it is a surprising track. Nonetheless, it just proves that these guys can like do whatever they want. It seems like, whatever genre, whatever mix and match the genres they can do, it seems like they know what they're doing. So either way, it just makes me more excited and more anticipated for that new album when it comes out. But hopefully we get some more heavier ones on that album. But yeah, video side of things, very, ominous, very spooky, very mysterious. You don't really know too much about the story, what's going on. Like, you had a younger figure. I don't know if that's supposed to be, him when he was younger. It's with this motherly kind of like, Mary kind of figure. I don't know if that's related to his mom or sometimes someone he like really cared about in the past. It's very ominous, very spooky. Like, these guys love to tell their stories, but it's very like dark and mysterious kind of way. You don't really know what's going on, but it's very cool and visually to check out nonetheless. But like I said before, man, I think these guys are very unique in their own way. Like, you could sort of argue they're kind of taking stuff from other bands, like reminiscent of like the Bad Omens cyberpunky-esque sort of synthwave kind of like beats that we heard in this song as well. But like, I feel like they do it in a way that's different, that mixes modern metal very well with the pop sort of thing. But I don't know, just some songs don't really hit me in the way I want them to. But like I said, I do like my favorite singles from these guys. I still like some of the favorite songs, but this one I felt like they could have done maybe a little bit better with the guitar sort of things, especially with that jumpy sort of like, mix around with the chorus. So like, it's a very different play style. I wasn't really expecting that sort of thing, but they could have maybe done a little bit more on the breakdown sort of things. They could have made it a little bit heavier at the end, maybe do like some sort of like play out breakdown sort of thing like they usually do on some of the other songs. But I don't know, this one might be on the list of the ones that aren't really favored for me. But like I said, hopefully they come out with a new album fairly soon. We're just gonna have to wait and see what heavy tracks, what more heavy bangers that these guys are bringing up, what they're cooking up in the studio in the near future. So be sure to hit that subscribe button, especially new here, because going through every single band channel, you want to miss out on a single one. Guarantee that, and I'll see you guys in the next one.
Standing in my